Hey, it's Anthony Meisner at Land Title. Came to bring you your first to know update for Boulder County in the month of August. So, taking back a look at July, some things are really positive here. So, I want to point out the positive first. Big thing, average sales price is up 4.5%. It's looked like it's becoming much more stable. When you look at the median, you can really see just how much better the real estate market is doing right now than it was this time last year, even with all things being considered, right? We're up 3.7%. It's been very stable. We may not be at the peak we were in 2022, but we are well above where we were last year. And it looks like we're on a really reasonable path right now. So, that being said, let's take a look at condos. Condos are very similar as well, up 5% on the average, 4% on the median. They're very stable again. I think these are all good signs we're headed in the right direction, and that maybe what the Fed has been doing is really working, but also just showing the resilience of Boulder County. So it hasn't been like some Florida that fell out, right? Now, you can see it in the condo price per square foot. We're above where we were over the last 2 years, but we're still sort of working through where the peak was in 2022. The average price per square foot at minus 3.4% over last year at this time really should be taken with a little bit of a grain of salt, because the market really peaked in about April this year. And you can see that, May, June, July have not been quite where April was. And that's pretty normal, but we just peaked earlier than we would have in years past. And, obviously, if we peaked in May or June last year, you can see that price per square foot has changed. So buying behavior has changed. It's really all I'm trying to say is it does seem like this is all very positive. Now, if we go over to supply, I really thought we'd be increasing in supply yet again another month. But look how much new listings have slowed down. We're down by almost 16% from last month. The seasonal trend really did shift in that April-May time period. And so we've seen the seasonal trend down sooner, right? And so as it's trended down sooner, we've seen less new listings come to market, maybe a little bit more than we saw last year, but July was an anomaly last year. It really hopped down really sharply. So I'm optimistic about what's happening right now, because with active listings being very similar to this time last year, month supply of inventory is exactly the same as where it was. Buyer demand is nearly the same as where it was. We've seen a very busy spring. We thought we would taper off. It really is tapering off about the same pace as it was a year ago. And if we get any relief in interest rates in September, October, November, December, then we should start to see that recovery in the real estate market sooner than, maybe people in the media are telling us, right? Not that we would have all loved to see it sooner. We all kind of expected it a little bit sooner, but I think it's light at the end of the tunnel. Things are showing that interest rates are going to go in the right direction. It's going to get easier for sellers here soon. But what that really means is as a buyer, this might be the best market you get. So as a buyer, get out there. Even though it's 32 days in MLS, and this seems to be about the peak of the season, right? Obviously, May and June are about the same. This is about as slow as the market is going, or fast as the market's going to get right now. It's going to slow down through the rest of the year. The seasonal trend means it's going to slow from here through December. And that percentage listed sale price at 98.3%, this is one of the most muted listed sale prices I have seen in most of my career, because at this point we have low buyer activity, low seller activity, a little bit of elevated inventory levels, and it all comes out in the wash to buyers are paying less for homes. And so if you're a buyer, get out there, go be aggressive right now, get something under contract, and that could work out way in your favor. So this is very exciting stuff. If you're a seller, it doesn't necessarily mean wait to sell. You could absolutely still be getting multiple offers, but what it does mean is just understand what's happening. And really what's happening is summed up so much easier in the showing activity. Showings per listing last month only had 4 showings per active listing across all of Boulder County. It means if you had a house on the market, it was 23% drop from it this time last year, but we went from 5 showings to 4 showings. It's super tight. Buyers are pulling back. I'm sure it's partially due to elections and market behavior and everything else, but average showings to pending was 11. So showings to pending actually decreased, which means the buyers out there, even though there are only 4 of them per active listing, they are getting more serious and they're putting stuff under contract. So you could definitely get it under contract. You might have to be patient for a few months, but if you have realistic expectations, you can definitely be priced right. It will go under contract. So showing activity, definitely low. It will go up as soon as interest rates start to drop off. And that still gives me some dose of optimism that coming into next year's market, we're going to have a much better year next year than we have now. So if I rub my crystal ball, that's what I'm hoping for, right? So hopefully you all have a wonderful week, wonderful month. Happy August, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day.